Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I am a little late on my bump date. This is actually 3 weeks that I'm going over, and it is weeks 15, 16, and week 17. I am 18 weeks as of today, and honestly the main reason that I haven't filmed my last couple on time was simply just because of pure laziness, which I'll get into when I talk about my symptoms and things. And this video shouldn't be too long as it is because honestly a lot of my symptoms haven't really changed. There's only like a few new symptoms that I have obtained, and I'll get into that. But first of all, I just want to talk about today, and that is that I'm 18 weeks pregnant in the second trimester, and right now baby is as big as a slingshot, or for another reference, baby would be as big as a croissant or as big as a sweet potato. I don't know if you guys have seen my last bump dates, but I have this really cool app. It's called Ovia Pregnancy, and it's really nifty. It gives you the chance to pick like different themes and stuff to talk about the size of your baby and things like that, and it's really interesting and makes it kind of fun. So at 18 weeks pregnant, baby's nervous system and facial features are developing. Baby is kicking and rolling around in the womb. I am not yet feeling any movement really, I don't think. I've felt a couple things here and there that I'm not sure if it was just like gas or if I was feeling baby, but it wasn't enough to strike me as like, oh my gosh, it's baby. According to my app this week, my appetite may be increasing, which probably wouldn't be the worst thing considering I've had no appetite for the last like, oh geez, I want to say like 6 weeks I've had no appetite at all, so it probably wouldn't be the worst thing to have an increase in my appetite. Though I've only gained 6 pounds in the last 4.5 months, which I think is really, really good, and especially considering like I've not worked out at all, and I haven't really changed my diet at all, and not that I eat super unhealthy, but I also don't eat extremely healthy, so I'm pleasantly surprised to know that I've only gained 6 pounds thus far. So baby can now yawn and hiccup and also swallow. Baby is now 5.5 inches long and weighs about 7 ounces. So now I'm gonna go right into symptoms. Like I said, my symptoms haven't really changed. I'm still fairly lazy, which is actually kind of subsiding. I have seemed to have gotten a little bit more motivation. My house is staying cleaner a lot more often, and I am doing things more productive than I have within the last couple weeks, so it's definitely starting to subside, which I'm very pleased about. I still can't sleep a full night without having to get up to pee in the middle of the night, so that hasn't changed. The one symptom that I've had for probably about 4 weeks, and I actually just forgot to mention, and it just gets worse the further along I get, is shortness of breath. And I was actually told by my girlfriend that she noticed that when she's watching my videos, that I seem to be out of breath a lot, and it is very much so a symptom right now. I actually, if you saw my videos unedited, you would think I had like an issue, because I'm constantly like taking a breath and then I cut it out when I edit the video. So it's been pretty bad with that. I'm told it's only going to get worse as baby gets bigger, because it's going to take up more room and push my lungs up further and cause me to take even lesser full breaths. But as of right now, I think it's just honestly, I don't know what it is, but I've talked to some women that have experienced it themselves throughout their entire pregnancy, even before they really started showing or before really baby and everything else was taking up much room. So I'm still not having any distinct cravings, though there has been one, and this has been for maybe 2 weeks now, and it is ice cream. And I really did not think I was gonna have like those typical like pickles and ice cream. Pickles not so much. If I start eating pickles, I can't stop eating them, and I like to eat them because they're a healthier snack than, you know, the bag of chips that are in my cabinet. But ice cream, and I mean to the point where, let's see, within the last probably 11 days, I've had ice cream 9 out of those 11 days. Every single day I have a little bit of ice cream, and I'm constantly keeping it in my house because I am constantly thinking about it, and I constantly have to fill that desire to eat ice cream. I am, however, trying not to overdo it. I really don't see anything wrong with having a small portion, maybe 2 scoops at night after dinner, or even just sometime throughout the day. I really don't see anything wrong with that. Plus the fact that my doctor, the first doctor I ever talked to, a midwife, her name was Nancy, who no longer does the practice, but she told me one thing that is very important is actually to give into your cravings, because that is telling you that something baby needs. There's something in that craving that baby's saying, I need, I want, give it to me. And also because of the simple fact that, and I do believe that any woman that has been pregnant or that is currently pregnant could agree, if you don't feel a craving, it makes you very sad. And I don't know if maybe that's just because that's another symptom. I have been extremely emotional over the dumbest things. And I think as women, the older we get, we all just get more emotional, but this is like, I can't believe how emotional I am. I woke up last Sunday morning, or 2 Sunday mornings ago, and made Ray and I breakfast, and you can see the living room television when sitting in my dining room. And I just had ABC Family on, and Hercules, the cartoon Disney movie Hercules, was on TV, and the joyous happy ending, I was crying. And I literally just started cracking up at myself because I'm thinking, you are so pathetic, you were crying at Hercules right now. But with that said, involving cravings, I honestly do tend to get a little emotional if I don't get my cravings fulfilled. And not really, I wouldn't say emotional to like where I'm gonna cry, but I actually like almost get like really irritated. Like I'm like I need this right now and I can't have it. Like this can't be. It's so stupid, but it's something I can't help. It's a new symptom, and I guess, I don't know, we'll see how long this one lasts. Ray makes fun of me all the time, and sometimes I kind of might take it out on him when I am a little upset about something, but I really, really, really try not to. So it's fun. Another symptom I have been having the last maybe week or so is lower back pain. And I'm noticing that it happens, I feel it mostly at the end of a work day, and I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact that I do work in a factory. So a lot of what you do is standing in one place for a long period of time or sitting in one place for a long period of time, which sitting and standing are the 2 worst things you can do to your back. And I already have a bad back. I've had a bad back. I have a slight case of scoliosis, but it does affect me to the point where it does put me in pain sometimes. And doing the job that I do doesn't help at all, and now being pregnant on top of it really doesn't help. So my lower back is shot like all the time. I really can't get comfortable and I can't stay comfortable, and I'm just kind of dealing with it. I did get a heating pad for Christmas because I begged for it because I knew this was going to be an issue for me. So I am going to start using that maybe like after work some days, and just to loosen up the muscles and maybe see if that's going to help. So another symptom I've been having that I did mention before but is starting to get a little more noticeable is the round ligament pain. I am feeling a lot down there. And like I said, I don't know that I have felt much baby movement. I will say there was one day in particular at work, I was sitting down and my right butt cheek felt like it started to go numb, and I was working with one of my favorite coworkers. She's sitting beside me and we're just talking, and my right butt cheek started going numb, and I lifted my cheek like, oh my god, why is this happening? And then as I was lifting, there was something on my lower, very lower left side that almost kind of felt like a, I don't know, like a quick little poke from the inside, and I immediately started crying. I was like, shut up, like I did not just feel that, and it was something I had never felt before, and I really don't know if it was baby or a gas bubble, but it just really kind of seemed like it wasn't a coincidence that at the same time that my right side started to go numb, I felt a little something on my right side. So I immediately got emotional, and it was just really exciting, and I'm hoping that's what it was. I'm just gonna say I believe that's what it was, just because I really kind of do believe that's what it was. I am waiting to feel kicks and flutters. I feel like baby is just, I don't know, maybe has a lot of free range, and maybe that's why I'm not feeling much, because I am kind of a bigger girl per se. I am wider. I am not very petite. I have always been thicker and wider, and things are just bigger on me. So maybe there's just more room for play for baby, so I don't really feel much. And yeah, I don't know, but I'm really hoping to feel something soon. I was hoping to not end up like some women when they don't feel anything until like after the 20-week mark, just because I'm getting so anxious to feel something. Plus, let's be honest, after having a miscarriage, I am constantly worried and paranoid to go to my next doctor's appointment and not get a heartbeat, and I just constantly think the worst in things, just because that's just what I do. I'm crazy like that, always paranoid, and because of what I had gone through. So I would like to start feeling movement just to kind of make me feel better too, like know that everything's okay, that baby's good and moving around. So when that day comes, it'll be great. Until then, I am paranoid up until my next doctor's appointment. So I think that's honestly really it for new symptoms. Like I said, everything else is still the same. I'm not going to go through the list of things that I have been going through. If you'd like to see that, you can look at my previous bump date video, because Really, no old symptoms have gone away. There's just a few new. But speaking of doctor's appointments, I wanted to go over a little bit about my last doctor's appointment. So my last doctor's appointment went excellent. Baby's heartbeat was there and strong in the 160s. And my blood work came back perfectly fine. I finally go for my 20-week scan at almost 21 weeks. It'll be February 24th. And not long after, 2 days after, I'll be having the gender reveal party. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I would suggest you go do so if you want to get the first what the baby is announcement, because it will be on my Instagram before anything else. And I obviously will put a video on my YouTube as well when I have the time to do all that, because the party is on a Sunday and I do work Monday through Friday, so whenever I get to it is when I'm going to get to it. But the first big announcement will be on my Instagram, so if you're interested in seeing that right when it's made apparent, then go ahead and follow me on there. And basically that is it. All has been well, all has been good, all has been pregnant. I am definitely starting to show a lot more. That's actually another thing I wanted to go over real quick. I am showing more now, but I have always been very self-conscious about my body. I was picked on growing up because I was a chubbier kid. And like I said, I was never really small. And when I was at my smallest, I had to work really, really hard for that. And getting bigger in the front is great and all, because I wanted to start seeing a bump. But at the same time, I am starting to widen. And to me, when I look at myself, it just looks very unflattering, and I'm so uncomfortable with myself. And I'm getting to a point where, and I'm not even halfway through my pregnancy, I'm getting to a point where it's almost a little bit depressing, and I can't wait to just have this baby and get back into shape. And I really hate to say that, because I want to enjoy the pregnancy, and not that I'm not by any means, but being a very insecure, self-conscious person, it's just hard to watch your body do these things that you really have no control over, that you're not necessarily comfortable with seeing on yourself. So it's something I just keep telling myself, obviously it's worth it. I'm not going to be pregnant forever, and I am going to work really, really hard to get back to being in complete health and just be fit after the baby, even more so than I was before getting pregnant. And as long as I stick to what I'm doing, like I said, I've only gained 6 pounds. I think I should be okay. But it is definitely, and I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that I've been more emotional, that I'm just getting more emotional with myself physically. I don't really know, but it's like a new thing, and I'm really not trying to make it sound like I'm a horrible person, and you know, and I get it, like you should just be happy, you know, but it is hard as somebody who was never truly happy with themselves to see all this happening, and it's like you can't control it. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm very happy to be pregnant. I'm very happy to be having a successful pregnancy. I'm very happy to be making a human, and everything I'm just happy with. So I will get over it. But for the time being, it is just kind of hard. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and anybody else who's still trying out there, baby dust to you. I pray that you all get your BFPs very, very soon. And thank you guys so much for the latest subscribers. I feel like I've been getting a lot of them lately, and it just makes me feel really good, because with these new subscribers, I've been getting a lot of comments from women about how me, who like I would have never thought someone would say to me, I've been an encouragement to somebody, to anybody. And that's exactly why I do this. That's exactly why I share my story, and it's exactly why I watch other women's stories, because I get encouragement from all of you as well. And this is just why I love YouTube, and this is why I do this, and I'm getting all emotional and sentimental. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and before we go, we're going to take a look at the latest bump. Bye.